Hi, in this video I will show you how to remove port 80 from your Power BI report server. This also applies to your SQL Server Reporting Service, SSRS. Let's get started. Before we go too far, let's talk about what the problem is. Notice this page. This is my Power BI report server that I've been showing in all the videos. Notice that it is secure. Again, here is the report server URL. Again, notice that it's secure. So this is where it gets interesting. This is the report URL, and notice that it's not secure. So it literally is me just copying and pasting to a new tab and changing this from HTTP to HTTPS to HTTP and going enter. And we notice that we get the site right away. So in the first video or first blog, we requested a certificate. In the second one, what we ended up doing is applying the certificate, and we now, at that point in time, we allow both the port 80 and the 443 to be used to connect to it. But that is not what most orgs want. They want, if they've applied a certificate, they want it to be restricted to 443. So this is the problem. This is where we'll go off to the steps to remove port 80 from your environment and therefore only allow the 443 to be used. So getting started with that, again, I'm on my reporting point again, and again, I'll go off to the report server configuration manager. And I'll connect off to my server. And again, I'll go off to the web service URL. And you notice that you got your port 80 and your 443. I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to click remove. I'm going to go OK. And this takes a little bit of time. And it will remove the port 80. Now what's kind of interesting is if you notice before, it shows that it had the certificate and it had the ports in the middle section there, and that's being removed, but you can still see the URL is listed here. This is fine. So we go off to the report portal, web portal, which is really the reports and again, we go off to advanced. Again, we go remove. Again, we go apply. And again, a couple of seconds later, the port 80 will be removed. And with that, you're technically done. There's nothing more you need to do. At this point in time, what I would recommend you do is this test to make sure that port 80 has actually been removed. Now I'm stalling here deliberately because when working on previous versions of this video, what I found is there can be a delay, and that delay can be upwards of 5 minutes. And I'm not going to make you guys sit here for 5 minutes. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to test it, and then I'll be right back. As promised, I'm back, and it's roughly 5 minutes later. What you can see here is this is my secure connection. And again, if I click refresh on that, this is going to refresh my secure report one. And if I refresh the report server URL. Again, that refreshes right away. Now these are the two that I tested, and you can see that they both say not found, but I left this last one over here. You'll notice that it still says not secure. And when I refresh this one, it will come back as being not found. So let's do that right now. Notice that it says not found. So that is saying that the port 80 has been removed. That service doesn't exist anymore. The last thing you can do is go off into your firewall. And go to your inbound connections, and there's my port 80 rule, and I can just delete this rule, and therefore I no longer have a firewall for insecure connections on the whole thing. So with that, you're technically done. You will only be able to use 443 throughout the whole thing. One thing to remember that wasn't covered in the other previous videos is make sure that you create a firewall rule for 443. That's covered in a different blog on that, and with any luck, I'll also update that with a video as well. Until next time. As always, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also subscribe off to the Ask Garth blog site. This way you'll be notified of any updates that occur and get the latest and greatest content. Until next time.